Good evening, welcome to Sunday. I'm Barry Fair, the 8th of April today, and today I'd like to talk about fatigue on the roads and when driving. It is very important to stop, revive and survive every 2 hours when you go on a long trip. And joining me now in the studio to discuss this is my offsider. Good evening.
Good evening, Barry. Good evening, viewers. It's a very good topic at the moment, Barry, because people are starting to go on school holidays and have to be careful.
And if you think you're alright to drive after a few drinks at the pub, well, my offsider and I would like to say, well, it's not okay to drive, and here he is.
No, if you drink and drive, you're an idiot, because you could kill yourself and somebody else.
And if you drive right through the night without a rest, chances are you could have a very nasty crash and kill the person alongside you and any other passengers that you may have in the car or combi van. And here's my offsider now for this.
And that's including truck drivers, bus drivers, car drivers, motorcycle drivers. So all drivers need to beware of fatigue and drinking.
And if you start to nod off, pull over straight away, please. I cannot say this enough on the show, and neither can my offsider. Here he is.
How often do you need to have a break, Barry?
Every 2 hours.
Good
And
advice.
here are the tips. 1. If you see a petrol station, you can pull up, refuel your car, grab a cup of coffee and a snack, stretch your legs, and have a walk around to relieve the tension. And always have someone else to drive with you if you are tired. Here's my offsider for this now.
Yeah, it's all good advice, Barry. If you've got someone else in the car that can stay awake with you, makes it all the better. But sometimes you've got to drive alone, so just pull over every 2 hours, have a break.
And if you don't have a break, like I've just said, you could end up either in a wheelchair like me or in a coffin. Here's my offsider.
Yeah, it's good advice, Barry. Try and keep everyone safe on the roads. So if anyone died on the roads, imagine how much your family's going to miss you.
Too much. And the thing about death on the roads is when the police have to inform the family of that person that they've died in the crash. And why did they die? Well, because they didn't heed the warning on the television set. Now, a combi van hit a truck and it exploded, killing all the occupants. Now, this is just an example of driving through the night without a break. And this accident happened at dawn, and this truck came towards them and bang, straight in.
There's no second chances with a truck.
And there's no second chance with a truck. So my offsider and I would like to tell you the importance of not fooling yourself, because fatigue can kill. Another thing whilst driving is wearing your seatbelt. Here's my offsider.
Always wear a seatbelt when you're driving, Barry, and the passengers. And if you've got a baby in the back seat or a young child, make sure they got appropriate seatbelts.
And make sure that you tell the police the exact truth if you have been drinking whilst driving, because you don't want to end up in one of these things over here. If I can get my offsider to bring in my model Westpac rescue chopper, see, there it is on your screen there. The Westpac Rescue helicopter attends to many MVAs, which unfortunately don't end on a happy note. So if you think you are going to be alright to continue to drive after you have had a long trip, well then think again. Another alternative is to catch a bus home from your destination, and that saves lives as well. How much have you had to drink if you've been driving? Just ask yourself. How fast are you going now? Think about the speed, and don't trust your time. So here's my offsider.
And also, good plan B is to ring a taxi. Do you know what the taxi number is, Barry?
13 cabs.
Good advice.
So, in ending this important show today, it is also important to remember and think that you are not the only person out there on that road. Because as my offsider said at the beginning of the program, if you drink and drive, you're an absolute idiot. So rethink your third drink. Here's my offsider now.
Yep, it's better to be safe than sorry. If you think you can have another drink, forget it.
And if something goes wrong, you're gone. Drink driving, it is not bad luck, it is a crime. And if you are feeling tired after a long drive, pull over for 15 minutes and have a nap. Here's my offsider to take up this last bit of the story before we sign off to that this evening.
Yeah, we like to bring you safety announcements and advice every week, trying to keep people alive. Next week we'll bring you some other good advice and handy hints.
But we always bang on about triple O, but there is a good reason for this. If you see an accident, get someone to ring for an ambulance and the police. And in an accident, you must never, ever upturn an overturned vehicle, because there could be petrol leaking from the tank. Here's my offsider.
Yeah, more good advice, Barry. Just ring the SES or the police and they'll get there and get the person out safely.
And always make sure that you turn off the ignition of the crashed vehicle and apply the apply the handbrake. You must never leave the ignition running if you've had a crash. Here's my offsider.
Yeah, very good advice, Barry. And if there's overhead power lines that come down, stay away. Otherwise, you could be electrocuted.
And you must never ever allow children to play with the handbrake in the car. Here's my offsider.
That's right. Don't allow children in the car by themselves because they could turn the ignition on, take the handbrake off, put it out of gear, and they'll roll away down the road.
And that
Could be fatal.
and that could be fatal. So, next week on the show, we'll bring you some tips on what to do in an emergency if you are involved in an accident. What would you do, offsider, if I was involved in an accident in the van?
But come and check your vital signs first, Barry. Make sure you're still breathing or conscious. And I'd get someone to ring 000 for the police and ambulance. Maybe we'd have to start CPR.
So, just repeating the top story that I've discussed with you tonight, please do not drink and drive, and don't fool yourself because fatigue does kill. And here's my offsider to add his comment now before we say good night.
Yep, we're trying to keep everyone safe on the roads. Make sure everyone gets to where they're going safely and in one piece. So happy driving, everyone.
And never overtake a turning vehicle such as a bus. Here's my offsider.
Good advice, Barry. Buses, semi-trailers, trucks. Just stay behind them until they turn.
And that is where we must end our safety program on fatigue. I'm Barry Fear. You take care, everyone. And here's a picture of a bus. There it is there.
And the ribbons on the back.
And do not overtake a turning vehicle,
Good advice.
because that's how a fatal accident can happen. And you take care, everyone. I'm Barry Fear. Take care. Good night.